You know what it is. I'm Parlay Hunter.
And I'm Lifeofdgreen, man. We got a special today produced by BroBro Media Group, BroBro Talk Show Spotlight, man. Without further ado, man, we got a young brother here, my dog from the city, man, from Twin Cities, man. Well renowned for his blogger on Instagram. He's been on WCCO with a segment sharing about different trends and foods in the community and in the city, different restaurants, man. We got the black food travel guy, my dog, Jaevon Walton, man. How we doing today, bro?
What's good? What's good? Yes, sir. It's your favorite Black Foodie Travel Guy. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook at Black Foodie Travel Guy. So pretty much, man, from the north side Minneapolis. And my goal really is I'm not a food critic. All I do is just make people aware of the food spots that surround the community they live in, and most importantly, also my own community. So, I just try to make people aware.
I feel it, bro. So we're gonna get right into it, Jay. Man, my big question that we like to start off when we bring people on a guest is, we in that, that mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s, and we trying to find your niche in the world and find your lane. How did this come about, bro? Because it wasn't just overnight success. I know that, man.
So truthfully, man, I travel a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I was in LA, and I travel so much, and everywhere I go, the food got to be good. Because if the food not good, I may or may not come back. So I was in LA, and we was at Kevin Johnson restaurant, and I was just like, why not do this? And so I just figured, like, might as well do it. And I ain't even had a Black Foodie Travel Guy name. I just made a TikTok at first. And then, I just got serious after that. So
I feel it. So do you got background? Do your family got background with cooking, chefing it up? Or it just generally, you just was like, man, always love good food. This is just, I can do this.
my mama be cooking and stuff, but I always made like food go a long way because I'm a picky eater. So, growing up, on the north side and stuff, we ain't always have a fridge full of food. So, I could find some and make it go a long way. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, how it really came from.
So what do you do okay, so you be looking for good food. What do you do when you find bad food? Do you not blog about it? Do you not, because you don't call yourself a critic, but you are giving, you are giving everyone awareness about where the good food spots are at. Do you just like, do you have any type of ranking method? Do you say this spot is so dang good, I gotta promote it a little bit more than the others? Or is there a ranking involved?
I wouldn't even say a ranking, but so like if there's food that I don't like, I'll still put it in a video, but you won't hear me say it's good because, like I said, what I may not like, you may love, and I don't want to influence people not to go to these spots around the community, especially if it's a family-owned spot, black-owned spot. That's like taking $1 out of somebody's pocket. But if they ask me on the back end, what did I think? I'll let them know straight up on the back end. Like I wasn't really feeling that. It may be too salty or whatever. But if you give me bad customer service, you won't get no content at all.
What do you look for mostly when you go to a spot? What is gonna intrigue you and make you say, I love this spot?
Well, most importantly, like good customer service. But I think, man, just really, no, it's really like the taste and really like the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some places where you pay for a good vibe, and if the food is decent, I'm okay with that. Because usually, like a expensive places, you paying for the aesthetics or how it looks in there, and the food really be trash. But so it's really like just really like the vibe and the customer service, and of course like the food tasting good. It's a plus one because that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I may not like it, and somebody else may love it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Man, I always see it now. Everything is very trendy, bro. Being a foodie, everyone think you could just hop into this lane. You being a former athlete, is there any competition amongst yourself against somebody else? I know you do a lot of collaborating with people in the community, people in the state. Like, is there ever sometimes where you just like, man, I'm gonna just, you feel me, stay in my lane and not try to be doing better than other people? Or is it a competition thing? Is it a competition thing?
Really personally, I think I think some people, I think a lot of like other foodies see it that it's like a whole community of foodies. And I think there are some foodies that see it that way. But me personally, I don't see it that way. Just because, like, if you even see my videos, the way I talk is like the way I talk. If you meet me, I talk the same way I talk in my videos. I just don't cuss in my videos. That's it. You know, and just and things like that. I try not to see it as a competition, but I'm sure like there'd be some people hating out there. But you know, I'm just gonna show love regardless.
No, for sure, man. Because I be like, you be putting us on with spots, man. I'm definitely into the local stuff now. You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
crib, and when I'm back home, bro, I'm like, let me see what Jay talking about, because that's what
that's
I
what a
know.
better food
You
is.
feel me? Way better food is the local spot. So, man, you be putting us on game with the best spots. The whole, I remember the Mito. What's it?
Mito, yeah,
Mito. That's a
yeah,
new spot in town. So it's like catching the vibe and catching the wave of that. Is
yeah,
it a
yeah.
competition that, oh, I got to find the next spot before this person find that spot and post it in the city?
Oh man, you know, like it. Sometimes it can be like that, but like I think like when it's a like like I said, me personally, I go for the hidden gems, the mom and pop family owned businesses, the black owned. So a lot of the foodies aren't really hip to that stuff. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so they always try to go for the, and I get invited to these spots too. And I will go and I'll do a video sometimes, but like I said, most of my videos are like the hidden gems and that people aren't aware of. So it's never really no competition, really, you know.
So when you find a hidden gem and you find like a really good mom and pop spot and you just love it, if you could give any advice to a younger spot or somebody who's younger who's trying to make a very good spot, what advice would you give to them if they're new to the game to make their restaurant more to make you feel better at home and like you feel more comfortable eating there?
I mean, really, I would just say like good customer service is key. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, just really, I like stick to it. You know, make sure your food is good. Like just I like it's quality. You know what I'm saying? Like some people may not like your food, but if your food has decent quality, high quality, like it's gonna be good regardless. Like people are gonna come back. And just stick to it and just try to reach out to people. Try to reach out to these influencers and stuff like that because they'll come. You know what I'm saying? Um, they'll come. They love that stuff. Like the food influencers love to be invited places to eat and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
Being from the diverse city like we are from Twin Cities, man, what would you say, especially about just different international foods and just trying different cultures and kind of as a foodie, man, what does that mean to you that you get a different type of flavor from different type of people?
man, you know what's crazy is that me being a picky eater, I really had to open my mind up to stuff like that. Like, like it's crazy. I would just say, yeah, you always got to keep that open mind, truthfully, because there are things I have tried, and I'm like, like okay, like that's actually decent. Like I don't eat seafood like that,
Okay.
but I had like this fried salmon. And I don't, like I said, I don't even eat seafood like that. And I was like, okay, actually, this is decent. You know what I mean? So you will just keep an open mind, you know what I'm saying, like with that stuff. And I travel so often, I have to eat international foods. I can't go too exotic, but I can go out of bounds a little bit though.
Already. Nah, my dog Parlay from New York, man, he had to get up out of here on us. He from Twin Cities, but he live in New York now. I was gonna ask you ever been to New York? Because New York to me is like, New York the mecca for a lot, but for food,
Yeah.
New York got some crazy stuff. You feel me? So it's like,
Hey,
what you feel
look,
about the culture of food in New York?
you know what? I was out there in May.
Okay.
My fiance got her wedding dress out there.
Okay.
And I wanna eat more food out. It's overwhelming to me. First of all, the city is very overwhelming. I love the city, but I just can't. It's overwhelming. But I didn't have a bad food experience in New York. I wish I would have got a chopped cheese, but I didn't get a chopped cheese. But where was I at? I was at Brooklyn Chop House. I was in Harlem. I was at Sylvia's in Harlem, but I just feel like like I heard they've been getting bigger. So I feel like people been saying like the food hasn't been as good because when you start popping more, they gotta kind of like you gotta get that food out there fast, and the ingredients isn't as pure as it once was. But I got it. It's cool in New York. I want to go back out there for real.
Yeah. When you eat at different places, what's like? Have you ever felt appalled by a place like I can never eat here again? I'm getting up and I'm leaving. And if you have, what was the reasoning?
Man, actually,
bro.
Yeah, like I said,
I know you're all about positivity, but we gotta talk about it.
It's the bad customer service, man. Like I can't.
Because today I went to a bar and the bartender spilt my beer when she served it to me, and I felt like John Taffer, and I was about to say, hey, you just lost me 5 cents right there spilling my beer. You know what I mean? That's the type of things that as a customer you take into consideration. Like, I do want good customer service. I don't want my beer spilled all over the place.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. So it's like you understand mistakes happen to have a bad day, but it's always your job to give the customer service. You want people to feel like like they're human. So I've ran into a couple spots. I mean, and I still took the food, best believe, but like it's like I'll never, especially when I start doing the foodie stuff. It's like I wouldn't do a video here.
Yeah.
A lot of the spots I've been to before because I wear my shirt everywhere I go. Because in my videos, I didn't show my face a lot in the earlier, and so when they see me with my shirt, they'll be like, "Oh, that's him." But it's like, yeah, you seen me last week or something like that, and you treated me well, so now I'm back. So
I'd like to shift to a positive question. When you go to a spot, what's the last spot that you went to and you left so satisfied? You said they had this, that, and the third, and I would recommend it to anybody.
Oh man, let me see. Like when they had it all, like it was there. It was a spot I did. It's in Tampa actually. It's called 7th and Grove, man. I mean, the customer service was flawless. Man.
Shout out 7th and Grove,
man.
Yeah, 7th and Grove, man. The food was fire. The customer service was amazing. I mean, it was to the point where the waitress was checking up on us like every 6 minutes. I'm like, yo, like we good, but I appreciate stuff like that, like So it's just things like that. But 7th and Grove in Tampa, definitely.
You say you a picky eater, bro. Are you a picky restaurant person? You like the hole in the wall, or do you want the 5-star? Kind of which one do you lean, or are you in the middle between all of that?
I mean, I'm more of a like a mom and pop hidden gem. I'm cool with the 5-star, but like I said, I'm so aware, like with the 5-star, I know I'm not paying for the good food. You're really paying for like this experience. Oh, the decor and all of that. So if you go to a 5-star and you do get good food, that is actually a win-win. But even if you go to a 5-star and get decent food, I can be satisfied with that. But that's why I just want good food. But that's how it is.
I feel you. I just came back from Vegas last month, went to Carbone, bro. The famous Carbone, and I was thrilled. I was thrilled by the service and the food and the ambiance and just the music and everything, man. Brought out a whole dessert bar. Like I ain't never experienced that. Like,
yeah.
The cake in front of you and stuff like that. So it's like, no, I feel what you're saying. I just asked it because it's like we live in a time, the trend is go to get the seafood, go get this, go to the steakhouse, and like you can become so good at a spot that look like it's terrible. Like, the first Lolo's was like a shack. You feel me? I learned the history about that. And so that's why I kind of asked that question.
What's crazy is that you gotta think about it like this too, right? Like I don't know if y'all ever been to like a ramen spot, right? My first time going to we eat ramen noodles growing up, right? Yep. So my first time ever even going to a ramen spot, I'm thinking I'm going in there. I'm like, oh, they got some ramen in there. We know what I'm saying? Like we eat noodles growing up. Ramen was totally different. I really wasn't feeling it. I'm like, I make better noodles at home. So that's kind of how I think about it, right? Like, like sometimes at the steakhouses, or like you look at like the plates that chefs make, the food looks good, like the presentable, but it's unseasoned. You know what I'm saying? To whereas, you know, you go to a family barbecue and stuff like that, like you getting more season, more taste, and all of that. So that's really kind of how I look at it too. You know, it's really all about the presentation when you go into these you know, higher end restaurants and stuff like that.
I want to ask a question.
Go ahead, Parlay. Go ahead.
Well, I do want to ask one question for the people who got to get it on the go. What is your go-to fast food spot, and what trumps the other fast food spots?
Hey, my go-to fast food spot right here, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be Culver's, man. If
That's surprising.
Yeah, Culver's, man. That Butterburger, it don't. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it don't miss. You know what I'm saying? And I swap out the fries with cheese curds, and we straight. You know what I'm saying? With the basket. And I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'm jumping in that Burger King line too. You know what I'm saying? I will jump in that Burger King line too. But it's tough. But it's so fast food is so convenient, man. Like when you love food and you do like this foodie shit, like fast food is very convenient, especially when you're hungry. Like, you know.
It's just what you grow up on, man. It's so tough for that. I was gonna ask you though, you said Culver's, but I know you've been to this spot, and I can arguably say I was gonna ask you what do you think the best burger is in the state? My opinion, and I found this spot from you, is Dream Burger.
Oh man, you know what? Dream Burger is very good. I
was impressed by Dream
Burger. Dream Burger is fire. But I tell you, look, the best burger to me is a plant-based burger. It's at Francis Burger Joint. It's over there over Northeast on Central. Francis Burger Joint. Go ahead in there and get you a Francis Burger. And they got some fire vegan chicken nuggets too. Fire. I'm telling you, I ain't even gonna lie.
What made you try the vegan spot? Was it just I gotta try the vegan spot because I gotta, you know, or were you trying to go vegan, or were you trying to just expand what you try?
So what's crazy is growing up, I barely ate meat growing up. You know, like, so when I see a vegan spot, I do get happy. And I feel like it ain't nothing better than some good vegan food, because even somebody who eats meat is like, man, I don't want to eat that. And they try it and it's fire. It's like, whoa, it could change your opinion just a little bit. So, you know, like I'm always going to try the vegan food. I'll say the toughest vegan food for me to try though is like vegan bacon, because I don't eat pork. So like the vegan bacon still kind of gets me a little bit. But yeah, man, like the plant-based, I wouldn't even say I'm just say plant-based. Like the plant-based food, man, you find some good plant-based food, that's something you really gonna appreciate.
What would you say is just the overall the top outside of Minnesota? What's the top 3 states you had the best food in? What would you say?
I would say DC, Washington, DC, like the Bay Area, Oakland, San Francisco. And I want to say Houston.
Okay.
Houston.
I was like, you gotta throw the South in there for sure.
No order, yeah, but Houston.
You go to the South, you get a different. I lived in the South twice, so I'm like, you get a different taste of, you feel me, that Southern hospitality for real.
Yeah, and in Houston they give you big plates, big quantity. Yeah. But I'll say this though, I think the Midwest got the best fried foods though.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. What you think of Chicago or KC?
Like, you know, like the Chicago inspired fried food, like Harold's and all of that. I don't think anybody has any better fried foods than Midwest.
Yeah. I'll say that. For sure.
So you got the Minnesota State Fair going on right now. When you go to the State Fair, what food spots are you going to first?
You know what's crazy? I was just there yesterday, and I know I gotta go back. So first things first, when I walk in, I gotta get some fried pickles. You know what I'm saying? The little fried pickle stand, I gotta get that. I'm not too big on the cookies. I probably might get a cup or a cone of the cookies, but gotta get some cheese curds. Yeah, Sweet Martha's. I gotta get some cheese curds. I gotta get some fried.
Gotta get them cheese curds. Definitely. That's me right there. I love them cheese curds.
Yeah, for sure. I get the funnel cake. I jumped on get the because I be big on sweets too. I get the funnel cake, and then like I look for the new foods they got up in there. You know what I'm saying? So the pickle pizza has been a big thing for the past year and a half. And this year they got some crazy new foods too. That's all I was eating yesterday was the new food. So when I go
I
back,
seen them tacos, man. I seen them cheese curd tacos you was talking
yeah,
about.
the cheese curd taco. Yeah, yeah, definitely
Yeah,
had
man.
those yesterday.
I'm
Would you
gonna be
say
out there next week. Shoot.
would you say you're more of a junk food or more of a sweet tooth?
I'm gonna say junk food.
Yeah, me too.
Say junk food. It's. I be saying, look, I always say junk food the biggest drug in America because I can't quit. It's tough, man, to stay away from that. But I do love a good brownie and some like when it comes to my guilty pleasures, it's like things that are sweet like cheese or cheesecake.
Okay.
Cheesecake, that's my guilty pleasure. Like if the brownies is looking good and they hot, I might have to jump on that. But that's what I'm saying. That's about it though.
To pivot real quick, and we're not gonna get off topic too crazy, man. We like to do health and wellness
For
type of stuff.
sure.
Do you ever catch yourself, bro, like, or your girl catch y'all being like, man, we eating too unhealthy. We gotta get back on the healthy trend. Like for our
Yeah.
health critics out there, what's a good health meal that you feel like you had at a restaurant or you just made yourself as a foodie? Like,
I mean, man, like realistically, I don't have an addictive personality, right? So I do be feeling like that, like boom, okay, I need to get on my little health and I will jump on it, you know what I'm saying? But then I'll just jump right back off of it. But always, I hit up a good crisp and green. I love salad. I do. I love me some salad. So and I love fruit. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I do love that stuff, But it's like sometimes I would buy so much of it from the store that a lot of that stuff will go bad. Because I'm always doing content. Like I've been busy all week. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been busy all week. And when I do all of that and I come home, I do not want to eat when I come home.
yeah.
So it does get overwhelming, you know what I'm saying? And like that the foodie stuff, it gets overwhelming, So
Sidebar,
Does it
next
feel?
question. You ever catch some good little spots at the farmers market?
man, I ain't been to the farmers market this year.
Okay.
I haven't because I
I just see
literally
the growth of it. Like our farmers market definitely has grown in like the last.
it's lit. It's been lit out there. Yeah, I've been to the festivals they've been having out there though. Like they had the soul food festival out there. Like you know what I'm saying. So, but it's been it's really lit out there. I just been so busy over the summer. Like I ain't really made it. I should have though.
You got some parlay?
Yeah, well, I would say I just want to ask, like, when you start picking out a spot, like I'm gonna go back to this spot, and you start writing a review for this spot. What do you make sure that the people who are watching your stuff? What do you make sure that they know about a good spot when you do a review?
Once again, like I said, I want them to know it's good customer service because even though I don't do content for bad customer service, I still put it in there. And then I want them to see if I feel like, oh, it looks really good in here, I'm gonna show how I look around there. If the food is looking good, because sometimes there's food I don't put in the video, and there's food that look good that I may not like, but I still put it in there. So I kind of want them to just see my whole experience, really,
Okay, yeah, the whole experience. What I mean, I know you don't have to. We're not going to drop any names or anything. But what is bad customer service to you? Is it just you not being like not giving enough attention to the customer, or is it improper or being rude, or what's like? Do you have a story to tell us about bad customer service before?
Man, look. So, okay, all right. My first take on bad customer service. I really think you could, like, I'm big on energy. I really think you could just feel it, right? Okay, like it's like that, but uh, but I'll tell you, I went to this one place, man, and I put in my order, boom, right, and I'm waiting for a long time. First when I walked in, I was waiting for a long time. I'm right there. I ring a bell, boom, boom. And I was probably in there for like 10 to 15 minutes. And I'm not going to ever think the worst. And I'm like, maybe they're busy back there, cool. Like they're busy. So okay. And then, you know, she comes to the front and she's like, just giving me this attitude, like, yeah, you take your order yet? You know, and things like that. So I'm like, why are you giving me an attitude and I just waited for you? You know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
had me waiting, you know. So
Yeah.
that was a red flag. I got my order, I took my food, but I was like, yeah, no, you know.
So do you leave bad reviews like on Yelp at least, like 1 star or anything? No anonymous, anything like that?
Nah, I don't even do that because some people may have a different experience, you know.
Okay.
You know, maybe she was in there having a bad day and she took it out on me. I was wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's, you know, that was my experience. But like I said, instead of giving a bad review, I just won't get no content. I'll come back again, and if I have a better experience, all right, mom, then I'll do some content, you know. But other than
Yeah.
that, yeah.
But that's good. I mean, as a person who would view your channel and who would view what you got to say, that's good to know that like you're not a hateful person. You're not someone
Yeah.
you're not looking for a problem. You're actually going in there open-minded. I want to have a good experience. If I don't, it is what it is. I'm gonna leave the negative energy there, but I'm not gonna take it home with me or for my
Yeah.
channel. So I think we appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a Fendi.
Man,
Yeah.
the pivot real quick, Jay, man.
Quiet.
On the business side of things, the career and entrepreneur side, man, I want to get into knowing more because you know I'm big on entrepreneur, being a serial entrepreneur, bro. I know it ain't easy. I know it ain't easy to, you know, first of all, make money, but make this a career out of something. You feel me? Kind of speak to the people and the youth about kind of the day to day. Like you talked about it a lot, you being busy this summer, building, doing content. But as an entrepreneur, what does it look like for you being a foodie, and where do you kind of want to go with this?
Man, so it first of all, it's tough. You know, like when I first started, I was paying for my like a lot of food. You know what I'm saying? Like it, you know, it just didn't come out of nowhere, you know. So I knew this was something I wanted to do. But where I see myself going, I really just want to put other people on. Like, you know, like I said, the family-owned businesses, especially like, you know, around the north side, around the community. I just kind of want to put other people on where we all eat, because if money is flowing through the community and people from the community is going to these places and it's circulating around the community, then it can thrive. You know what I'm saying? And more resources can come through and things like that. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I get that far to where that's all I'm doing is putting people on. You know what I mean?
When COVID happened, a lot of restaurants, a lot of small restaurants and bars went out of business. Did you see a shift, you know, in the foodie experience during COVID when things, you know, came back or things disappeared? What was like the major shift that you saw with COVID and then coming back to the norm and people coming back to business? Did you see like a growth period of food getting better or worse? Anything like that?
You know what? I mean, it was before COVID. Like we really couldn't eat nothing. You know, I was actually eating like stuff from the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? A lot more because everything was closed and stuff. You know, but it sucked to see when the pandemic was over. So they said, right, and people didn't have enough money to open back up. Like a lot of, you know what I'm saying. So it sucked to see that. It was terrible to see that. You know, and now that kind of, you know, that question kind of just made me realize stuff like that. Like I would have had them thoughts like, man, that's tragic, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I just be thinking for myself, like it could be worse. So, you know, yeah, it was a difference, you know, in some of them places that didn't open back up, especially with everything that went on here. Buildings being burnt down, businesses being burnt down and broken into. A lot of people wasn't able to come back from that, you know.
Yeah.
Bro, knowing both you and your fiance, man, y'all beautiful couple, bro. Growing up with y'all, man. Knowing both of y'all going to middle school with her. Talk a little bit about her support to your business and everything, man, and just the motivation she brings to you, man, and you supporting her through what she's doing and things like that, and kind of that power structure of power couple to help you get to where you want to do. Because I know it ain't easy, like you said, to balance home life and then continue to build in other areas, you know.
Yeah. You know what I always tell her, like, you know, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't even be doing this, because me, I'm a reserved person, like I'm very reserved. I'm very to myself. And so when I even started doing it, I was just going back and forth, like, should I do it? But she was just always pushing me and then giving me new ideas and things like that. And I truly believe, like, women could really level men up in a different way. Like when it comes to, it ain't even got to be materialistic, but it can be like mentally. And you know what I'm saying, like new ideas and things like that. I started traveling more when we got together. I didn't travel often, so I started traveling more, and these new ideas has popped up. My confidence is up there, and truthfully, like, it's really, really, really because of her, so.
I respect that, bro. I dig that, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got something, Parlay?
Well, I was gonna say, what's your girl and kind of going on this experience together? Is there anything that's made you feel like, if when you guys eat together and you go to restaurants together, what is something about a restaurant or a mom and pop shop or any place that can make you guys feel like more in a romantic space and more of like a just a space of like where we are together alone here, we get to enjoy this feeling together? Is there anything that you can kind of like suggest to other restaurants or restaurants that are trying to make that space available for couples? Is there any suggestions that you would say?
I would just say, you can always have the love seat, which is like the little table with two chairs and stuff like that on each side. If you have one of them like in a not even a secluded area, it can just be away from, you know what I'm saying, like from the other tables. But whenever it comes to like things like that, I think, like, especially with the mom and pop shops and stuff like that, if for somebody who's in a engaged or in a relationship, just take her there, just plan it, just be like, hey, you want to go to this mom and pop shop, whatever it is, and let's sit down and eat. Just kind of surprise her with it, like, you ain't ever been here, let's go. Or even if she loves it, because some women do, like a lot of women love, like, good food, so
Yeah. Oh yeah. That
especially
is
if
the
it, like,
way.
let's go sit down here and eat real quick,
That is the
especially if it's
way.
nice on the inside.
Facts, and that is the way to a woman's heart.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. That's
I
for
was gonna,
sure.
I was gonna say, man, what if that so I know that meal at the wedding got to be A1 there,
Oh yeah. It's gonna be crazy, man. We're getting catered by Jerk Station, which is a
Okay.
food catering company I partnered with.
Yep.
So, and it's fire too. So it's gonna be good, man. They got a food truck right there at the end of Stone Arc Bridge, so.
Shout out to Jerk. Yeah, I was gonna have you talk a little bit about the collabo, how that came to be.
So pretty much, it's my fiance's brother-in-law.
Okay.
And so, but when I met him, he always he was giving out free food. He just loved to cook, and he give out free food to the community. I mean, feeding like hundreds of people, going to, Huntington Place, apartments and stuff. Like, he's going to the community and just feeding. And so he really just turned his dream into reality. And he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start a catering company. I'm gonna get a food truck. And I respected it. And even when he knows who I am, and he was like, you don't got to make a video for my truck or nothing like that. He was like, he wanted to do it on his own. He wanted to push himself. And so it was actually a while. Like, I know I dropped that video, but I sat on it for a little bit, and because he wanted me to, until I pushed him. I'm like, actually, you know what, I'm gonna drop this, man. Like, you've been doing your thing, so it's just much respect to it.
For sure. Was there ever a moment, bro, that you felt like, okay, that confidence that comes? We talk about confidence a lot on our show, and when we spotlight people that are doing stuff in the community, I feel like you had that certain moment, like, I'm him. You feel me? Like, with what when was that? Because I wanted to assume it was WCCO, because I was proud of you, bro. I'm gonna say I'm proud of you again when I seen that, bro, because I know where you come from, and
you
like us, bro.
You famous.
You know where we come from over north, man. When you on WCCO, hey, it's something serious, and so it's like, I salute to you, bro, for real, because I'm never jealous. Like I told you, Jay, when I called you a month ago, been trying to get this episode, everything, and I'm like, I want to connect with everybody that's not on no jealousy and everybody that's really trying to get money and enjoy everybody's presence, because you got something that I need to take away to gain my confidence to get to where I'm going. So what was that confident moment that you knew you was him in that foodie industry?
It was actually like when I got that email. So from WCCO. I really didn't expect that. You know, I had a video go viral, then I had a couple more. And you know, like it was cool. I went to the state fair that year first.
Okay.
And it was last year. It was my first year doing a foodie thing, and I had on my shirt, and everybody was like, "Oh, you're the black foodie travel guy," because they seen my shirt. That was a little bit, but then when I got that email from WCCO and realizing, like I said, there was a whole community of foodies, and there was like foodies that was really like more, they still lit, but they was like way more lit than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I had just started, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, whoa. And that's when everything came into perspective. I was doing something different. I'm doing these mom and pop shops, and I'm doing shops in the community, like, you know, like on the north side, on the south side, you know, or even in the St. Paul communities. I'm doing these shops I'm doing these places that's going to help the community. If you go spend with them, they can give jobs to teenagers. It can circulate, you know. So that's when I had that moment, like, whoa, like, you know. So yeah, that was that one. I was even like nervous because I ain't never did nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. How do you stay creative with it then? Like to transition to that, like building off that confidence, building off of that. How do you stay creative with what you create for as content?
You know, well, first of all, I try to just keep it authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you hear me talking a video and you talk to me in person, it's the same thing. And realistically, like I'm basic, man. I'm not technology savvy, none of that. Like I don't know. I just keep it basic. I just try to go to places and I try to work on my little transitions every now and then, but I keep it basic, man. You know, but really, actually, really, I'm starting to do like I'm starting to do new things. Fix Me a Plate Friday. And that's where, you know, people sell plates, you know what I'm saying? So if you like, there are people that have a LLC behind their name, you know what I'm saying, when they sell plates, like it's an actual company, but they don't got no brick and mortar, but they sell plates. Or if you're really serious about it, so I do Fix Me a Plate Friday. I mean, it's like I find somebody in the community, whether they bake cookies or bake treats or make plates, and I'll go get a plate. I'll offer to buy the plate because some people really will just throw it to me for free, even after I offer to buy it. And you know, I do a video on the plate, and in hopes that, because they, you know, like they see who I am, they think I'm famous. I'm like, I'm not famous, but in hopes that they can push themselves more, and you know, like as serious as they are, this could give them that boost to be like, I bet, like now I'm really gonna push to get me a shop or a food truck, or now I'm really gonna pay for advertisement and just find ways to push themselves more. You know what I mean? So
where do you see yourself, bro? Next year, next 3 years, man, with this?
Same situation, helping the community, helping multiple communities though. You know what I mean? Like I want to expand so where I'm helping multiple communities, to where I'm even traveling more, you know, like out of state and going just to different communities and to say, boom, you know what I'm saying? Check this out here, check this out there. And it just, and it helps them. You know what I mean? I know Minnesota isn't the biggest state, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I shout out Keith Lee. You know, he's in Vegas where it's heavily populated and stuff, and he turned up Vegas real quick. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully people will see what I'm trying to do here in Minnesota, you know, and you know, it ends up popping everywhere else, you know. Community's been my thing. I'm an educator, man. So that's just been, you know, that's how I've always been.
Do you have anything on your list, like what that you're about to hit up next? Is there anything that you got lined up?
Man, you know what? I don't right now because I was just at State Fair yesterday. I did this little collaboration with PBS.
Okay.
And I'm really gonna be at the fair. I've been at the Black State Fair. And so like I'm pretty much full. So it's like I gotta find something, you know what I mean? Like, especially when I'm on an empty stomach, that's when I find stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So it's tough.
Yeah. Just wait till you get hungry.
Yeah. You know, so that's when I really
But
do it.
we'll stay tuned for the State Fair and the Black Fair reviews. Those will be coming out.
Yeah. So I had collaborated with this other foodie, No Table Manners. We met up together. And he dropped a video. It's on my Instagram page right now. I didn't drop it on my TikTok. He dropped a video and we collaborated on the gram. So you'll see that on the gram. As far as the State Fair one, PBS is gonna drop that.
Okay.
Yeah, PBS is gonna drop that, and when they drop it, I'll probably just end up dropping the same video on my TikTok or something like a week later or somewhere, even a different video, maybe not even the same video, different video, because I'll be back there next week, truthfully. So
Hey, you got any game to give people? Is there a difference between TikTok and Instagram as far as following and who kind of reaches out a little bit more, or is it the same?
you know, it's well, really with TikTok, man, it's hard for people to to get a grasp on that. It was hard for me too, but I would just say you got to keep, be consistent with your content. Because when my first video went viral, a lot of people got viral videos, but they don't end up getting followers because none of their content is consistent. It's not the same. So when my first video went viral, people will click my page and they're going all down my page and see this is actually what I do. Like this food stuff is what I do. So they give me a follow because everything is consistent. Even though my videos before that wasn't viral, but the views just start going up. So my advice for TikTok is just keep, be consistent with your content. And that one video that do go viral, if your content is consistent, your views gonna go up. The videos in the past, they're gonna go up. They're gonna, and you're gonna get your followers. And if you got your Instagram link in the bio and you're doing the same thing on your Instagram, they're gonna click your Instagram. It's gonna be on Instagram. And if you got your email in there, they're gonna email you. So, that's just how I took it,
Man, y'all hear my boy, man. He giving out free game, man. My last real question to you, bro, before we give you the floor is yours. Man, we talk about this with food, that with food. My thing is, what is better? The summer with barbecues or the fall, early winter with Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays as far as food?
Hey, that's actually a tough question, man, because I do love the summer barbecues, but the bees be outside, man. The bees be outside. But then in the like the winter, the fall, winter, Thanksgiving dinners or the holiday dinners, and everybody be in there, it be too hot. Everybody be pushed up together. So I will go with the barbecues.
Okay.
I'll go with the barbecues.
Wow.
Seeing what you do, seasonal stuff, man.
Yeah, I go with the barbecue, but it's tough though. It's tough, man. That's a tough one. That's a good question though.
It's just I feel like, man, it's crazy because it's like, shoot, I put on more weight in the fall winter because that 3-week turn from Thanksgiving to Christmas is crazy. Man.
I say this though, I think maybe it's the vibe at the barbecues for me. But in the wintertime, the food is inside and like the food be outside the barbecue. So you be trying to if I see a bug, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be more comfortable eating the food at the Thanksgiving, the holiday turnaround and stuff like that. I feel you. I gained a lot of weight then too. That's big boy season.
Hey.
So,
Parlay, you got anything to wrap it up with?
No, I mean I got all my questions answered.
For sure, man. Well, Jay, we want to give you the floor is yours, man. Where they can contact you again, just let them know, man, how they can hear more about you and just anything you want to talk about and share any shameless plugs or anything, man.
Oh, for sure, man. Black Foodie Travel Guy on all socials, man. Y'all tap in with me. Any one of the videos that y'all like or y'all see food that look good, make sure y'all tap in with them. And if anybody got any questions, they can hit me on the back end. Pretty much, man. And thank y'all for having me. I mean,
we appreciate you, bro.
Of course. Yeah, we appreciate you.
Straight up, man. You already know I've been rocking with you, Dre, since You know,
Young days, real sandbox,
yeah.
man. It's for real because, man, I just love the growth to see with everybody, man. We 30 plus. I just turned 30, bro.
Straight up.
Right there with me. So it's like, man, to see you, knowing your woman, Chris, Ruck, everybody, all of us, man, everybody, Ray, everybody who I ain't naming, man, you know who it is, Will. You know what it is, bro. So it's to see where we going with this thing, man. I'm proud, bro. I say that. Because I know Jay, what he said, man, he been a reserved dude, but I respect it. Because like I told you before, it's like sometimes people get that misconstructed, bro. How we was when we was young, man, that ain't the same person we is now because we being our authentic self, and I see it in your business every day, man. So keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Exactly, man. Appreciate it, bro. For real. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that, family. Well, hey, man, it's Life of D Green.
Yeah, Parlay Hunter.
Man, this is BroBro Media, man. We out of here.
For sure.